Okay, The Adventures of Tintin. This, of course, is based upon the comic book character, or comic strip character, Tintin, who is kind of like a journalistic Indiana Jones sort of character. And this essentially is, I guess, this would be his big screen debut. From a animated and graphical standpoint, this is done beautifully well. It's very similar to what you saw on like the Polar Express, just not as creepy. Really good job on the interaction of Snowy, that's his dog. This is a really, really old comic strip, so a bright white dog could be called Snowy and it's okay. The plot has a decent amount of twists and turns to it. You know, essentially, Tintin is out and he buys this ship. Someone else wants to buy the ship from him. He's like, no, no, this is a really good ship and I want it. He finds out later the ship actually had this little metal scroll inside of it, because someone's trying to find out where this missing treasure is located, and they need the scrolls to do it. You know, that's a pretty decent sort of plot. This does have scenarios that are super ridiculously over the top. You know, there's a sequence towards the end of the movie where Tintin is on a motorcycle trying to get all the pieces of the scroll together, and he's like driving off of the side of buildings, and in the background there's a tank that got stuck in a hotel that's driving all over the place. It's just like a million things going on at the same time, and you kind of go, yeah, this is way, way over the top, even for a cartoon. This is super over the top as he's chasing a falcon. You know, you've got him doing something, you get people on boats trying to get other pieces, you've got a tank going through. It gets really clustered all of a sudden for some of the action sequences. Most of it's done pretty well. There's a lot of drinking in this movie. Ironically, it's normally here's the horrors of drinking. Lots of what the scrolls are meant for is told in flashbacks. They do a pretty good job, and actually every character you see is actually important in the story, which I thought was actually pretty interesting, because normally you have lots of throwaway characters, but in this, it's a fairly tight, coherent story for being a cartoon. It does end open-ended, which is good. It does have a really nice feel and a good flow to it. It does have that young Indiana Jones feeling to it. Could I see taking like younger kids to see this? Tintin does pack a gun, so just bear that in mind. You know, people do get shot. There's really not anything in the way of blood, but there is definitely gun violence.